Hey guys, all right, so yes, long time no see. I am back. Hopefully this will be sort of a habit with us. I had a real big Lyme disease flare up and was in bed for days and still am struggling with it. I had a bladder infection. It was just a lot of stuff went on. So there was a lot of stuff health-wise going on, but we're back now. Hopefully will be on the upward slant. But today I have got a ton of ShopMissA products, okay? I've been trying to get this for a while. This is the Dewy Blend Foundation from the AOA brand. This is supposed to be like a long wearing hydrating foundation. They actually have such good face products, coverage products. So I have high hopes for that. I also got these concealers, brush on liquid concealer, so we'll try those. I bought their full line of mini perfumes. I don't want to talk about those too much because it's just, I mean, unless you can smell them for yourself, I don't feel like there's much point. But I will say that they are fine for a $2.50 fragrance. They're fine. They remind me of sort of like Five Below kind of fragrances, so they're okay, but like nothing here is like, wow, that's amazing for $2. I can't believe it. No, that they're exactly what you would expect for the price. I also got this. This is the A2O Lab Lumi Glow Complexion Booster. So it's one of those shimmery glow boosting type products, such as this one. This is the one from Essence, the Magic Filter Glow Booster. So it's one of those. The A2O Lab is a bit more highly priced, so in the $5 range as opposed to like the $150 range. I got a couple mascaras. This is the Duo Flex 2-in-1 mascara and the A2O Lab Build It Up mascara. So I'm just going to do a look with all this stuff today and we'll see. Oh, one more thing. I also got this lip and cheek cream blush from A2O as well in the shade Berry. It's a bit more actually berry toned than I was remembering. I think online it looked a little bit more on the pink side. So anyway, let's get to it. We'll go ahead and get started with this glow booster. This is the shade Moonlit. It was the one that is it was like the lightest shade. So let's see. Okay, it is straight up like yellow gold. Oh my goodness, like can you see that? Okay, this really does not smell good. It doesn't smell as bad as the Essence one. It smells like just like chemical. And it's not really that glowy, I don't know. Yeah, it does not smell good at all. Okay, so from what I can see, this is not really that glowy. It's not doing much for me at all. I prefer this, the Sun Touchable Whoa Glow Sun Protection and Makeup Primer from e.l.f. It's more glowy and it's got the added benefit of having a sunscreen and all that. And even this one is better. The Essence Magic Filter Glow Booster is better than this. It's more shimmery, if that's what you're looking for. This is sort of like a useless product in my opinion. Yeah, not doing much at all. So again, this is supposed to be long wearing foundation. I have it in the shade L1. Notoriously, they are oxidizers and not that fair of shades. This one looks pretty good. It's on the beigey side. So yeah, it's darkening up a bit though. I don't know why I'm using my fingers right now. It's a foundation, not a skin tint or anything like that. For being a foundation, it's blending pretty decently with just fingers. But let me grab a brush. Okay, so this is like, the texture of it is like a soft cream. It's not a stiff cream. I feel like it's a little tiny bit makeup-y, but that may be because I just was blending it with fingers. I feel like something like this you might want a sponge for, so I'm actually gonna go grab a sponge and I'll be right back. Okay, so this actually looks really good if you make sure it's a nice thin layer. It's not kicking up in any of my pores. It's actually looking really nice. Okay, I also got these cute little tiny finger puffs. So let's try that with one of these brush on creamy coverage liquid concealers. I have two of them, shade L1, oh my goodness, L2 and L3. So let's get a swatch. Okay, here's L3, and L2 is just only the tiniest hair lighter. So I'm actually gonna use that. Oh, it smells like flowers, like lilacs or something. And let's just see, I've been seeing these around for quite a while. I'm way late on the bandwagon for these. I kind of feel like I would just like my finger better. The texture of this concealer is very similar to like a lot of their other concealers, where the base, the creamy base, there's more of that than the actual pigment. So you're not getting like a ton of coverage, but it's looking very natural. It's feeling really good on your under eyes. It's gonna be very moisturizing. Hopefully it won't be too cakey. And it will work well for anyone who has, you know, more dry under eyes, but I'm just not seeing a lot of coverage. A tiny bit more, and I'm just gonna use my actual finger. Okay, so I feel like that kept more coverage than the spongy thing, because the spongy thing seemed to absorb a lot of the product. Oh yeah, that's more coverage. Okay, so yeah, that's looking good. Like, and in my dermal ridges, like it's not caking up. I think the best thing about a lot of these products from the ShopMissA websites, they just don't look cakey. They look very like smoothing, and they have coverage, but it just doesn't cake up and look real like crusty and gross on your skin. Okay, I've got two mascaras to try, the Duo Flex and the Build It Up mascara. I think I'm gonna use the Duo Flex today because the Build It Up has got that standard brush that they've been really using a lot lately, but check that out. Look at that giant clump. Oh, but this one seems a little bit different, so let's try it. It's the kind where you can have two different options, volume and length. Basically, it's one brush and then the volume doesn't scrape much off, and then you pull it through the length brush, and it scrapes off more. So let's just do volume and then length. I already know this is going to be a problem, but let's just do it. All right, for the volume, I'm getting a few clumps, and the product is, I don't know, I think it's the spiral around bristle brushes, they just never work very well. So I'm going to just go ahead and use the length brush, which you can already tell that's so much better, taking most of the product off. It's okay. Okay, so I like the brush fully wiped off using the length size, or the length one. When you just pull it out for the volume, it's just too much product. It's just way too much product. But you got to work kind of hard to get it to get on your lashes and make your lashes look the way you want. them too. The most recent mascara I've been using that I keep going back to and keep reaching for is the Hard Candy Make It Double. And you do have to wipe the brush off because there is a ton of product. And I don't use it the way they say. I just use this brush side instead of the spiky side. And it's been gentle on my eyes. It hasn't smudged. It's made my lashes look good. So that's the one I've been using recently. This one's just a meh from me at this point. And I can only see it going downhill because it might smudge or whatever, and that might be a problem and it could burn my eyes. So at this point, it's fine. Meh. Let's go ahead and try the A2O Lab Lip and Cheek Cream Blush. Okay, so it is for lip and cheek. This is the shade Berry. I gave my favorite blush brush away to my daughter. It was the She Glam liquid blush brush. Had a little like cat paw print. It was a perfect size, perfect shape. It was perfect. So I'm gonna use this. This is the small stipple brush from e.l.f. Just gonna get some of the product on if I can. Okay, and then we'll just see. So far the shade is really pretty. This is the shade Berry. Low pigment. So you don't have to be too careful. And I had a little bit of bronzer on already. It looks prettier on camera than it's looking in real life, but it's looking good. All right, and let's try it for lips. It's fine. It's looking a bit more burnt orange, sort of like my dress, than it is looking berry-ish. And here's the swatch. So I don't know if it's like the best shade for me, but it's nice. Like I like products like this that aren't too highly pigmented, so you're not having to worry about making a mistake. They also have this, and I've talked about this 1,000 times, but this is the AOA Studio Hush Cream Sheer Blush in the shade Cupid. But this is a potted cream blush. This one is a bit less, it's more cream feeling, and the shade is a tiny bit pinker. I feel like the intensity is the same, but it's got a bit more, it's more on the pinky side than the rusty brown side. But this one today that we're using, it kind of feels greasier than, or more gel-like than the cream blush, the Hush Cream blush. So if you have oily skin, you might not like that greasy feeling. So I would recommend the cream blush because it's more creamy than greasy. Does that make sense? Okay, and here's the finished look. All the products were fine. This one I think is a pass, like useless, worthless product in my opinion. Didn't like it. The concealer, I kind of like. I'll keep using it and we'll just see, but I like it because it was very nourishing feeling and it didn't cake up in my dermal ridges. Very creamy formula, so it's not gonna cake up and be too hardcore matte, even though I usually like a matte look for my under eyes. But the coverage was a little bit more than I was expecting. Not crazy, but very natural looking. So that's that. The blush, fine. I don't know that I'm going to be doing backflips over it. It's fine. I feel like I like the Hard Candy Face Off blush better. Or there's just so many cream blushes. I don't know that this stands out as like this exceptional product, but it's fine. And if you're looking to get some inexpensive makeup products, I don't think you'll hate that. Unless you have severely oily skin, it's a little bit tacky still on my skin, so that's something to think about. Okay, the foundation seems really good. It's supposed to be long wearing, so we'll see. I'll update my thoughts in the description. We'll just see like how long it actually lasts. But it's looking good. One thing I will say is that my eyes are starting to burn right now, so that could be from the concealer, the foundation, or the mascara. It could be like cosmetics in general tend to irritate my eyes, and a lot of times I can't tell which one it is. So that's that. It's usually the mascara that's doing it, but we just never know. So, okay, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to thumbs up, like, subscribe, ding my bell, and I'll see you in the next one.